We've come a long way this year, and we've survived it. If you're watching this, congratulations. So, goodbye 2020, and I'm going to tell you about 2021. Welcome back to the Brac Shop, and this is the portal to the paranormal, the unexplained, the spiritual, via quantum physics. Because quantum physics, I believe, will explain everything. And I'm Tom from the shop. So welcome back. And if you're watching this, you've probably survived 2020. What a year it's been. We've seen everything turned upside down, literally. The end of theatrical entertainment, sporting events, travel. Who would think the airline industry would suffer such a consequence? A year to remember. And if you may have seen my previous episode a few months ago, did we manifest this virus to change everything around? It's very interesting when you look at it. When you think about what people were complaining about, were protesting about, maybe we did bring it on because it's changing everything. Now, if you like this episode, don't forget, click the like button, subscribe. If this is your first time, welcome. And subscribe so you don't miss any more, and press the bell and the notification icon so you won't miss out on any of the videos. And I'll be glad for you to join me, especially through next year, because I've got a lot lined up. And 2020, goodbye. But saying that, 2020 has been a bit of a journey. We've seen so many things change. We've seen so many people lose their jobs. And unfortunately, a few people their lives as well. But for the majority of us, we're still here. We're still plodding along. And I do know a few people that have come down with the virus as well. Fortunately, they have recovered. In fact, one person, their whole family had COVID, and in fact his father was actually had to be hospitalized, and he was so drained of energy that he couldn't do anything for about a week. So it affects people differently, and I've also heard of other people that have tested positive and not had any symptoms or reactions at all. So it's really different for different people. It's the nature of the virus. We don't know why. And now, throwing a spoke in the wheel, there's different variations, and there's also now a race to try and get a vaccine before the virus mutates or changes to actually still be effective. In fact, a lot of the mail and travel into different countries from the UK has been stopped as well, just to halt the virus from the new variations of the virus from spreading. And it's a real thing. It's a medical thing. It's a scientific thing. And it should go above politics, because we've seen the disease in the Asian countries, Southeast Asia, where people been wearing masks, and the stats for people admitted to hospital and the deaths have decreased. So maybe we should continue to wear the masks over here. Now, 2020, it's been a year of change. People have lost their jobs. I know I haven't been working most of the year. And it's it's really turned most people's lives upside down, and no one knows what to expect next. But that's a bit of a way of the year of the universe cleansing. Some people at the beginning of the year said it's Mother Nature coming back and putting humans back in their place. And we've all had to change for this new way of life. I, for one, have not been working since the beginning of since March. Lots of people have been out of work because they're in the theatrical industries. They've been in the travel industries and the service industries as well. Hospitality, hotels, they've all closed, and there's so many people out of work. But fortunately, with governments and responsible employers, we've managed to get through. And this is where I feel 2020 has been a year of cleanse, of breaking the ties and getting rid of the baggage to move on to a new era. Now that's very important, because if you look to the past, when there's been these big major upheaval to lives, there's always been a cleanse, you could say, and a change. And then, hopefully in our time as well, a period of prosperity, a boom time. And we've seen that during the Great War, World War One, and then the 1920s was a boom period. Then World War Two, and then the 1950s was a boom period, especially for the US, North America. And this has been quite a change to us. You could say we've been through a war. And as the French president said, when this all started back in March, we have a war against COVID. So when this is over, I feel, and it's safe, when everyone can be confident that it's safe again, I feel we will go into a boom period, because 2020 has changed everything, like working from home remotely. In fact, I've also heard that a lot of companies are thinking to actually use this as a normal means of work, which some people have actually approved of it, because they get to stay at home, they're with their family, they're with their children, they don't have to travel, they don't have to commute, and they save money on the commute as well. And as long as work gets done, they seem to can do it in their own time at home. And that sounds like something a lot of companies are going to implement. So that's one of the examples that 2020 is probably going to bring in, and it's going to stay. It's technological evolution, you could say. And for 2021, it'll probably work when the virus is at its lowest counts, or when the vaccine has finally been established and people are safe to go out again. And that, I believe, probably at this stage will be at least mid 2021. At this stage, I think it will resurrect a boom period for the world, because companies that have survived, because a lot of companies have closed down because they haven't been able to operate, unfortunately, and create revenue. So those companies, unfortunately, have closed down. But other companies, they want to start moving again. So they'll start hiring, which will mean people will be working again. Theatres will come alive again. Sports activities, sporting events will be available again. People will be spending money. People will be going out. And pubs will be open. Restaurants will be open. And it's almost a novelty these days to go out and have a proper meal in comfort. And this is all going to promote a boom period of people going out, going to restaurants, going to bars, going to clubs, going to sporting events, going to theatres without any problems. And people have been cooped up for so long and stuck on the internet. There was a time when everyone did everything on the internet dating. But now that we've been pushed into communicating online, Zoom, via the internet, I really feel that society is getting a bit bored of it. They do want to go out. They want to have face-to-face contact, and something that's been dwindling over quite a long time of people leaving the bars and the clubs to go online. I think people are going to race out again to the bars and the clubs just to have some fun and have a good time where they can dance and actually move and be around other people. And I believe that will be another boom time for the bars and the clubs. So this time next year, life will be back to normal, or almost, but people will be going out and mixing and socializing and enjoying. And if for some strange reason this has led on, definitely 2022. What do you think? But we've got to make it work. We've got to keep the masks on. We've got to be respectful of the scientific rules that have been put there to stop infection and stop the virus from spreading. Because we've seen it in the past, and in the past it's always been to stop the spread. And if we can stop the spread, we'll eliminate this virus. Whether you believe it or not, whether you believe masks actually help or not, just try it. Try this for, if you can, 6 months, and get the numbers down. And if you look at the astrology, the Chinese astrology, 2021 is the year of the ox. Now, the ox is a hard-working animal and is loved. And so if you represent that for the year, it'll be a hard-working year to get to prosperity, because it means that we have to put the work in, the energy to get society going again. And when we get it going, it will lead to a boom time of people relaxing, being free, and spending money, which is what society is based on. To go out, buy a few drinks, buy a meal, you need money for that. And it will be a boom time. Now, 2020 with the channel, with the Brac Shop, we've covered quite a few things. We've covered houses that are haunted places, and I haven't actually been able to go to many this year because of quarantine and lockdown. So I've also covered other things, and it's also opened up the channel to a lot of other things as well, like manifestations, the theory of the law of attraction, Abraham Hicks, The Secret, how you can attract anything you desire, which I'll go more into next year, and also other topics as well. And I've been branching out into interviews. We've seen interviews with people who've had experiences with ghosts and strange happenings in their houses, and also the connection with yoga and spirituality together. So we've been branching out with different interviews with different people. And don't forget, if you'd like to be interviewed with your experiences, please contact us down below in the link. And we can set up an interview as well. And through this year, we've branched out to cover a whole range of different topics, from the paranormal to the spiritual and the unexplained as well. So that's us through the year. Now, next year, we're going to keep those things and create more of a community. So please join us on this journey. Now, if you've liked this episode, press the like button. As I always say, please like the video, share it with your friends, see what they think. Let them have their opinions. And it'll also help the channel and make it grow, because that's what I'm manifesting for 2021, that this channel grows and we become a community. And don't forget, if this is your first time, welcome, and subscribe and press the bell icon so you'll be notified. Now, I have lots of plans for next year, so please join us on this journey. And I have lots of plans, and I'm going to talk about manifestations as well, because it's part of the unexplained, and probably quantum physics will probably explain it all. When? Depends on when the scientists can figure it out. But I believe quantum physics will have the answers. And manifestation, because I did a very quick experiment, because I'm going to bring you a whole segment on manifestation. And I'll tell you my findings, because I didn't think I would hit it. But I did. I wasn't very specific, so it's all scattered. But if you want to say it, I think I manifested what I put out there. So that's another reason why you should subscribe, so you won't miss out on that episode as well. So I'm going to bring that to you in the new year. And I've got a lot of things up my sleeve for the new year as well. So thanks for watching. For those of you who followed me for the whole year, thank you very much. And it's the festive season, so it's good to be grateful, and I thank you all for following. So here's to the new year, 2021, and I'll see you then. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and be happy. Thanks.